We played touch rugby today with that guide from Arathusa. Keepers, I'm quite tired from that game. So you saw that, you might have seen the videos on our YouTube channel of, here we go, over, of us playing touch rugby, and we played a game today and I'm just feeling quite tired from that game. I mean, it wasn't a very long game, but tiring. There's a nice looking watering hole. Just checking if there might be anything here on the watering hole. There's a nice bird just in that watering hole there. I'm just going to get my binoculars. We've got some time to just go towards that female. There are some other vehicles there at the moment. So let's try and get some birds in the meantime. That looks like another pied wagtail. We saw that this morning. Oh no, it's not. It's the three-banded plover. Three-banded plover. Looks like it's just feeding in the watering hole there. Oh no, that's the, sorry, I was looking at my binoculars there. It's the ringneck dove. Just go left there and you'll see another bird that's there. So now go lock in straight. We'll go down right, bottom right. Yeah, there we go. So I couldn't look at my monitor because I was trying to determine what bird it was with my binoculars. And that is the three-banded plover. So I'm not sure if that's a new bird. So I know that we saw this plover just maybe two days ago. I know that we might have seen this plover just a few days ago, but I'm not sure if that might be a new one for you, Aaron or James. But it's a really, really cool bird to find. You don't often find them. I mean, when you do find them, you'll find them down by the watering holes. That's awesome that we managed to find the three-banded plover. Very special part, this part of the reserve. It's really, really pretty. Let's come down this way. If I was an elephant, I would love to walk through here. It's neat. You can actually see that elephants have walked through here, at the side of the So we're going to head off in the direction of where that net was seen, and we are going to...
So sorry about that, we seem to have found some gremlins down here in the east, but we are still on boundary patrol checking for tracks, and in this area we're hoping for cheetah, but no such luck. We're about to come onto the big open area and maybe we'll spot something, including Gnormless the GNU. He might be around, you never know. Oh, Gnormless has got some girls, lucky man. Always pays to check carefully when you come out into these big open areas. Gnormless has got himself some ladies. Quite a nice little herd. So there we go. Quite a big group that Gnorman's got for himself. Jesse Segman's wondering what is the difference between blue and black wildebeest. Well, here we have the blue wildebeest, and they generally occur at a lower altitude. They split, the two wildebeest species we get in southern Africa split about 1.2 million years ago, and the black has a slightly different horn shape with a sort of forward facing horn rather than a side horn, and in this area they've also got a very white tail, a white tip to the tail, and a white beard. Now in East Africa the blue wildebeest also has that, and it's just a local variation, Black wildebeest also live on the high fault grasslands rather than down in the low fault where we are now. But I'm trying to see where Gnormus is, but he's been defending this patch of short grassland against other wildebeest, and defending it for this very reason, that females are attracted to areas like this. Ideal habitat. Now the females will move between different males areas. The reason they do that is to ensure a bit of genetic diversity. Apart from the wildebeest, I can't really see too much else. I was glassing the plains with my binoculars. Hoping, in all hopes, to spot something. Let's move a bit further forward. So Gracie, hi Gracie, who's 8 years old, says, Brent, do you know that there's a tree with a water pipe on it on Cheetah Plains? James doesn't know how it got there. Gracie, I have no idea how it got there as well. And we're going to do a little bit of a cheat quickly. When you see a game drive vehicle driving at that sort of speed, oh, excuse me, it means they might have on their way to see something. We might be able to see it from this distance, who knows? You can see the dust.
Oh, no, I don't see this.
Okay, to the right?
Oh, no, I see it.
Yes, it's reversing as well. Like they've spotted something. Could they have spotted those two cheetah boys?
Looks a bit empty.
It does. Maybe it's new rangers learning the roads. That is also a possibility. It's always worth double checking. He was going a little bit faster than you normally would on game drive, so generally when that happens it means someone's responding to a sighting. Let's get a little bit higher. So Anne's wondering, do I think the male has already mated with the females? And it is currently mating season, so it is possible that he might have mated with some of them already, if not tried to mate with all of them. A last view. Have a look at the plains from a different angle, looking back towards there. See if there was anything in this valley. So Aaron's wondering, what are the chances of seeing the Anderson male on Cheetah Plains at some point? I would say, Aaron, not too high. I think if he moves territory, he's going to move down towards the south, towards the Sand River. And he is already spending a lot more time there. that vehicle stopped. I'm trying to check the termite mound next to it. I think they've spotted something. Can we see where they're looking? Looks to be to the right of the road there. Let me just try it a little bit to the left there, towards that slightly more open area there. Go back a little bit under that tree. Mysteries. So what we're looking for, if it is cheetah, sometimes they're lying so incredibly flat, they almost disappear, and their heads just sticking up. They can often look like a piece of elephant down. That could just be bird watching. Wow, what a mystery. I wonder what is there. Let's try one more angle. Of course, the true dead giveaway would be if a second vehicle came racing. All the crowned lapwings around us. There you go, off their flutter. Go for the other binoculars that are more powerful. For more powerful binoculars now. You see anything, Vim?
Except for the lapwings.
Except for the lapwings and the wildebeest. I don't know. Vim, just go back, but just beyond that vehicle, on the termite mound. I think I saw something move. Am I there? No. See, they're looking to the right of the car there. Maybe behind that bush. Let's go left a little bit, please, Vim.
Looks like there's something straight through that tree and
Yeah.
in the corner in that hole there.
Okay, we'll try a little bit more forward. Last try. What do you think from here? Let's use that super zoom. Wait, what's that there on the ground? Just to the right? No, it's nothing, it's a stick. They could be bird watching. But I don't think so. I think there's a cat there. What do you think, Bam?
Smell a cat.
I smell a cat, yeah. They're just sitting too long in the same place. But Mercedes is wondering, what is the sort of population of cheetah in the Cheetah Plains area? Well, we've got those 2 resident males, and as far as I know, there's one sort of unrelaxed female that comes through from time to time. Cheetah don't have, or female cheetah don't have a defined home range like lion or leopard. So they do meander and cross between each other, so it can change tomorrow. But I'd say probably 3 is a safe bet, but possibly as many as 5. Definitely the two resident dominant males that we see quite frequently, and then females can vary, sort of 1 to 3 that might come in and out. One more look. This is driving me nuts. So, one of the other things we see out in these big open plains is ostrich. And Joyce in Pennsylvania is wondering, would a lion, leopard or cheetah attempt to take down an ostrich? Joyce feels that their legs would be too strong. Well, Joyce, all 3 of them would definitely take an ostrich, and cheetah in particular are quite adept and are quite fond of eating ostriches. Well, Anne is wondering, could it be the famous cheetah log? And I don't think it's a log. I think there's definitely something there. I don't think the vehicle with a guest would sit that long looking at a log, but it might be worth our while hanging around here for a bit and just waiting. This is the time of the day where cheetah do start getting moving, and the closest water is behind us in Cheetah Plains. And quite often when you spend a bit of time in an open area like this, you start noticing other things, like jackal. I've seen quite a few times while sitting here. There's the wildebeest. So a lot of you are wondering why I haven't got on the Game Drive channel to find out what's there. We don't share a Game Drive channel with the property to the south of Cheetah Plains, so we don't have the ability to talk to them. But while we wait out the chance at a spotted cat, I think Sam might have another one.
So we have managed to relocate on the female leopard here at the most western boundary of Arathusa. So thank you so much for being patient with us when I was trying to find out where to go from the other guide from Arathusa. It was such a vital thing for us, for me and Dave, to then come and find this beautiful looking female leopard, and I'm not sure who it is at the moment. So excited to be with a new leopard this afternoon, especially on a new property. It just makes me feel that much more happier, you know, to come here, work this place, and get a bit more practice in this area and learn these leopards. So here we are with a magnificently, oh, there we go, beautiful yawn. So who might you be? I'm just going to get my binoculars out. If any of the viewers out there that know maybe which female leopard this is, please let us know. Hashtag Safari Love. We would love to know what your thoughts are on which female they are with at the moment. I'm just going to get my binoculars and see what the spot pattern might be. This beautiful female. So, where in Arathusa are we? Well, let's just show you where we are. There we go. So, I've got a map here for you that I can show you exactly where we are on Arathusa. So this is the map that I've been using. It's quite dirty, but for now, come down and point yourself right there. That's exactly where we are on Seafspan. So we've driven quite a distance this afternoon to come and find this female leopard, and she's over here at Seafspan. So we drove. What we did was we came in from the airstrip, which is here, and we drove all the way down and around to Seafspan, and that's how we found her. So very, very excited that we managed to find her. Isn't she beautiful? So let's drive a little bit closer to her. Maybe we can get another visual. These cameras are incredible. You don't even have to go closer. You can get locked in right in there and not disturb her at all from a distance. So I can't quite see the spot pattern at the moment, so I'm going to get my binoculars on and have a look from a distance. It's like a 4-spot pattern from here on the right. Let's just go a little bit closer, because then maybe Dave will be able to zoom even closer and we can get a little bit more of an affirmation of who she is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down and then back there, so you can have a visual of her beautiful face. I'm so excited to have found a leopard. We really wanted to see a leopard this afternoon, and Dave and I came through and did the deed. So we're just going to go down here. Hold on, everyone. We can go and find this leopard. Have a look at her. She is so beautiful. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spot patterns on the right there. Hopefully she'll turn the other way and then you can get the other side. So we tell the difference between leopards by looking at the spot pattern, and if you look at the leopard's face now, you'll see 3 stripes down by the mouth, and then if you look above those 3 stripes, the last line of dots, Karula, the beautiful Karula. So this is so exciting to be sitting with another female. Hopefully we can find out soon who it is, and we get another look at her spot pattern. Her eyes. She does look like she's quite old. There we go. Wow, look at her. So it's good to be back with a leopard. It's been some time. The last I was with Karula up a tree while she was feeding on that impala, and now we're here with. The stomach seems to be quite full, so it looks like she has eaten. She's got a beautiful golden look to her. Wow, she is really, really beautiful. So it's still getting quite late in the day. We've still got quite a bit of drive left, so there's every chance that she might get up and start walking and scent marking. And I'll be so, so grateful if she did. She jumped up and showed us where she walks to, because that's the best way to learn a little bit more about a leopard, and what she likes to do is understanding her habits. What trees does she like to scent mark on? What path does she like to follow? Because they all have their own kind of characteristics and personalities in terms of their territory. So the more that you get to know their territory, the better it is to track these leopards. So it's actually my first leopard on Arathusa. Very, very, very cool. So some of the viewers are saying it could be, I think it's Salayexe. Salayexe, that's Salayexe. Ooh, there, look at that. Hello. Beautiful. Just wow. The sun, the last rays of the sun are now coming through the clouds towards the end of this day. She's going to be catching those last rays, and that's going to show you that beautiful golden look of this female leopard. Salayexe. That could be you, so this could be our very first meeting with you. I haven't seen the other side of her face yet. There we go. So can we go closer there, Dave, just to have a look at that spot pattern on the other side. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting 3, so it might be 4, 3. So you can see she's quite relaxed with us there. She's very relaxed with the 2 vehicles here. So I think she gets seen quite a lot, so she's been habitualized, which means that she's been seen a lot by vehicles. She doesn't get bothered so much by the vehicle. Whereas if you go down towards the different boundaries, maybe the Kruger boundaries, where you don't see as many vehicles, some of the leopards there are quite skittish, which means that when they see a vehicle, they run off. And this could actually very well be the leopard that I saw, because I went tracking yesterday. I found leopard tracks yesterday. I don't know if anyone was on drive with me when I went off into the bush there to see if I can find a leopard. And I got to a termite mound. Oh, look at that. And all of a sudden I just heard something jump off onto the ground and run. And I was so sure that it was a leopard because there she goes, here she comes. Wow, look at that. So here she comes. She's going to come straight towards us. approaching our vehicle. Wow, she just scent marked on her. There she goes. So she's going to be marking her territory. Beautiful, there she goes. Awesome to be back trailing a leopard again. It's been quite a while. There she goes. Look how big. She's a very slender looking leopard. She looks like she's going to be crossing or scent marking, right? She's going to scent mark. There we go. That's fascinating, isn't it? Look at that. There she goes. So she might be heading in a westerly direction. I'm not sure. It was incredible. When she walked past my vehicle here, she might go to the toilet. Let's switch off there. Let's go a little bit closer. Let's go a little bit closer to her. Wow. So we've got another vehicle coming. I'm just going to see if I can go to the left of it. She might have something to drink. There she goes. So this is where we went looking for her a little bit earlier. So she just went to the toilet. She might just head down this road here. Let's go and sit here. Let's see what she does. There she goes. So she's now heading away from our area. I'm going to let this car come past me just because I think he is able to follow her into the next area. So there you can see her coming past. No worries. She's just over there. You just see her walking off into the distance there. Beautiful. She's lying up. She's lying up. So she's not going to leave us just yet. Which makes me quite excited. Look at her. Wow. Okay. So let's get into a nice position where you can leave her. So when she was walking past my vehicle, she scent marked on my wheel, which was the reason why I was in the way there. Because I was walking past and I was curious to see what she was doing there. So she actually scent marked on my wheel, which was quite interesting. And then she carried on moving down towards this drainage line. So I'm not positive on what her territory is and where she likes to move. But there's every chance that she might move now towards the drainage line and away from us. Look at the way she's lying down. Let's look at her tail. Look all the way down from her tail to her head. So look, nice rosettes coming all the way down to the tail. And just look at the end there, you'll see a little bit of white at the end of the tail there. Often when she's stalking some animal, such as an impala or a kudu or something like that, they they'll try and signal the antelope to show that they've been seen. So as soon as they've been seen by another antelope, they lift that tail to say, okay, we've seen you, yeah, she's off again. Okay. So we are going to stand in this position because we can't go any further down there. Because that'll be going off into another area. She's going to scent mark there. Oh yes, she's lying down again. Isn't that fantastic? Sarah just sent me a message saying, Sam, do you think she's pregnant? Sam, she could very well be pregnant. I just thought she looked quite full. Watching. Oh no. Just a hold it. Last one there. Last Dave. So we're coming back down. So Sarah just asked, do you think that she might be pregnant? Sarah, I saw that she looked quite full. Did notice that. But she could very well be pregnant, and that would be really, really interesting if she was pregnant, because then we have Karula, we've got Nkanyeni, who have already had cubs. But now we've got a new female that could be pregnant. That would be fascinating. So I'm going to go a little bit forward. I'd love for you to see her face a bit more. So this is literally the edge of how far we can go. I just need to check the radio. There we go. Let's have a look there. So I just want to say. There she is. So it's just the two of us down here, which means that we can spend as much time with her as we want. There she goes. She looks like she's going to go down into the drainage line. She's going to very closely track us. So we might have to reverse. We can't go off onto that property. So she's just behind there. She's going to be lying up there. I'm going to reverse up this hill. You'll be able to see her from the distance. So she's just behind that tree there. She's now not on our property anymore. We had such an incredible sight of her. I want to see if maybe, let's just trying to think of the best thing to do here. Let's wait and chat about it for a little bit, and then I think he might be coming in reversing if he does reverse. Okay. So they're going off onto the other property. Okay, so let's just go down. We can't go onto that property. Let's just see if we can move to a position where we can see her. You can just see her literally just through the trees there if you go quite very, very forward. So you can't actually see her at all. So let's just be patient. Potentially she'll come back out behind the tree there and we'll be able to view her. There's her tail. Can you see her tail? And there's her head. There she is. This is actually quite a cool way to look at it. She just put her head through there. You can just see her to the right of the tree. How cool is that? So, yeah, you can see her tail. It's actually biting stuff there. So there's actually a cool screenshot that you can do here. As you get the leopard's head behind the tree, there would be a beautiful picture. You can just see her. There, look at it. You can just see the ear, and then she's moving around. Looks like she's trying to go after some flies there or something. What is she doing? This is so cool to watch her like this. Look at it. What is she doing? And she's off. That could be the last that we see of her. There we go. What an amazing sighting. How cool was that? She was just biting. It looked like she was trying to get something that was in the air in front of her there. That was a very, very cool sighting. So I'm just going to reverse. It looks like they're still viewing her. I, of course, can't go up there. It's a property. But she's most likely going to be heading in that direction. Oh, I love viewing leopards. They're just so cool to watch. So she's headed off. Looks like the other vehicle is following up. Just wondering, maybe if I follow the drainage, she'll come back down the drainage line. Let's just stop here for a second. I think it's worth the wait. She might have crossed off away from our property now, but if we just sit in the drainage line for a little bit, potentially she might come back down and we'll get to view her in the drainage line, or she might just climb a tree and we could view her lying up in a tree. So it's quite nice to have her her head behind the tree there. She was biting something that was going on around her. I can't see her at the moment. She doesn't seem to be, she's in that thicket there somewhere. So Sarah was saying that she could potentially look quite pregnant. I quite agree with you. She did look quite large, but she also could have been quite full. So it's either that, it's either that she's quite full or that she could be quite pregnant. And this is a nice, beautiful drainage line coming across her. And this marks the border of Arathusa, and I think it's Elephant Plains over there. So you have to be careful. I'll show you on the map while we're waiting now exactly what just happened. So if you have a look on the map, we came across here. That's where we were with the kudus, and then we went to see if Span, and then she's now crossed over into this area. So she's left us to go into this area over here. Awesome. So let's link through to Brent to see how Brent's doing on the other side. Hopefully our beautiful female leopard might make its way back down into the drainage line. It's been awesome.
So we have not moved an inch from the spot where we were sitting, and patience often pays off. And one of my mantras out here in the bush, and with some very careful spotting, we have found the mystery animal. Now, can you believe that there are two cheetah there? VM has cooked up some digital zoom. There we go, a little bit of movement. There we go, head up. So there we go, two male cheetah. Definitely not the best visual we've ever had of cheetah, but we are going to keep sitting here in the hope that the closest water is just behind us. Oh, we won't sit here for too much longer, but we will give them a little bit longer to maybe get moving. And there we go. Eventually managed to make them out lying in the road. And that's what made it so difficult for them to see, because they looked the same color as the road. So fingers crossed they do head back up to the north where we are. So I think what we'll do is we're going to go do a little drive, go have a look around Cheetah Plains Pan, and then maybe come check just before dark to see if they're on their way up here. But it is still a cheetah, as VM says. We did spot them. It took us quite a while. The vehicle even drove off and it was still sitting there. There must be something there. And then the one cheetah just stood up and walked, and so fortunately we were able to spot them like that. Might be heading towards the Cheetah Plains Pan for an evening drink, so always worth going to have a squiz. Could be a nice big herd of buffalo, could be some elephants, could be a lion. Genevieve in New York would like to know if certain circumstances will increase allo grooming in lions, particularly lioness, and those circumstances being sort of pride takeovers, new coalition males, pregnancy, etc. Not really. Allo grooming is a very important part of a lion's life, and they do it constantly. So I don't think those particular instances would increase it dramatically. Or if any, or noticeably, probably is the correct answer. But and it is possible, but I wouldn't say so. So this is the closest water around for those cheetah, the Cheetah Plains Pan. Nothing else here at the moment. So, cheetah are quite an interesting species. They are one of the endangered species. Probably around 10 to 12,000 left in the wild. And James Richard is wondering that even with the best conservation practice going forward, the species is still doomed. Probably. So, cheetah hit a genetic bottleneck about 10,000 years ago. sorry, I just saw a bird there. Oh, there we go, little lesser black-winged lapwing, or a new name, Senegal lapwing. Really do like the short grasses. A little bit quieter than their crowned counterparts. They're pretty little guys. Right, sorry, James, back to your question. So what happened is Cheetah, without any adverse attacks by humans and loss of habitats about 10,000 years ago, hit a genetic bottleneck where there are probably less than 100 animals left. So you can take a skin graft from a cheetah in South Africa and pop it on one from the Sudan or from Tanzania, and it immediately takes. So there's very little genetic variety. They're all very heavily related. Now, one of the biggest problems with this is when a disease comes through, there's not a lot of defense against that disease. So strange enough, with people, with human beings, you will generally try pick a mate without even thinking, subconsciously, that has different genetic immunities than what you do. So who's less resistant to, or more resistant to certain strains of colds, flus, it doesn't really matter. Whereas cheetah, because there's so little genetic diversity between the individuals, if there was to be an outbreak disease, there's almost none of them that will hold sort of immunity to that. So they're all immune to the same diseases. So if a new disease had to jump, they would be in serious trouble. And there probably are just going to be another failed arm on evolution's tree, just like the saber-toothed cats and giant hyenas, due to join them. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Now, we don't want to be too far away from those cheetah for too long at this time of the day. It is the crepuscular hunter's hour. Well, Anne's asking, if there was no water there, how far would cheetah travel to find some? They can cover big distance to get water. Cheetah are quite adept at living in very arid areas, and they do well in the semi-deserts and deserts. So they can travel 20 kilometers, 25, 30 kilometers, 50 kilometers if they needed to. Of course, in this area, not necessary. There's quite a bit of water around. Monty's wondering when exactly is the rainy season. Well, we didn't have much of one this year, Monty, but generally from November through to early May. With peaks generally in December and February, but this year we had very, very little rain over that period. It threatened a lot, but it never materialized. Now, Debbie would like to know, are jackals also crepuscular? For those of you who are not sure what crepuscular means, it means active at dusk and dawn. You could say they're crepuscular moving into nocturnal. They will be active throughout the night, whereas animals like cheetah and wild dog tend to be most active and do a lot of their hunting at this time of the day and at dawn. Here's the rest of the wildebeest. And there's Ginormous. Hello, Ginormous. Done well for yourself today. Got some girls. Clever boy. And you can see that little wound on his shoulder there, that's how we know it's Ginormous. And yeah, James said I must be missing my friend Ginormous. And well, it looks like Ginormous wasn't missing me. He's got a whole bunch of his own company. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we're heading back up to the high ground where we could. There we go. Should be able to see them if they have moved. If they have, I'll have to keep a sharp lookout. To the right slightly, Liam. They're still there. They haven't moved an inch. So they still look like they've got quite full bellies, so unlikely to move, but we'll definitely come back and have a look for them bright and early tomorrow morning. Sorry, just want to listen to the game drive there for a second. Just trying to get an update about, there was a Birmingham boy on Nkoro. I'm just listening to see if he's up and moving just yet. So Boundary Patrol got to cut a bit short today. We didn't make it the full way around, but we did get sidetracked by some wonderful elephants and buffalo, and of course the pixelated cheetah in the distance. Temperature's starting to drop quite quickly now. Might be nearly time for the jackets. Hello, Leah. Leah is 9 years old. Welcome on safari with us, Leah. Leah would like to know, how long can a Cape buffalo live for? Well, Leah, you're 9 years old. They don't live much longer than that. No, a big buffalo bull normally lives to about 15 as a very old buffalo bull, but they normally get caught by lions when they're a bit younger. So about 15 is very old for a buffalo. So don't live nearly as long as we do. slowly meander towards 3 in a row pan. Virginia Miller would like to know whether it's normal for male cheetah to be together like those two. It is very normal if they were from the same litter. Cheetah coalitions are always directly related animals. So unlike a male lion coalition that can be made up of unrelated males who band together to control a bigger area, cheetah are always related, and there was always one more dominant than the other. And one will do the mating and the other won't. The other will still defend the home range and territory against other males, because if his brother is mating, it's still passing down the same genetic code as him, or very similar at least. And with cheetah having very little genetic diversity, it probably doesn't make too much difference. We're going to start slowly making our way back towards the west. See what else is out there this evening. Not quite dark enough for the spotlights just yet. The reason I've got the headlights on is in case we spot any tracks. Kathy Ward is wondering what happens to the bush babies during the day. We only see them in the trees at night. Well, Kathy, they are nocturnal, so they only really come out at night. During the day, they sleep in little nests that they make in hollows in the trees. I'm just going to pop my scarf on. It's getting a bit chilly. There we go. Not much happening there. Just get my spotlight ready for when we need it. Always amazes me how these cables manage to catch every radio cable, every other cable that's around. There we go. Tony would like to know, are there ever any incidents of lightning starting wildfires? There are, but very unusual. If that's going to happen, it's generally going to be in November with the first rains when the bush is still very dry. But I think this year, because of the drought, there's going to be no grass to burn, so you don't really have to worry about a wildfire, in this area at least. So her 3 in a row pan is now dry, and that doesn't mean it still won't be a nice thorough fare for a lot of animals. It's on a main a lot of main paths for the animals to walk down, so always worth having a squiz. Go. Now I'll just check it out. Down there. Ooh, there's my other radio. I need my other radio. So for confirm it's going to cross into CPN down. Copy, thanks. Will there be a visual from the boundary? Copy, thanks. So that Birmingham's on the move. So let's go have a look. See if we can catch a glimpse of him. So we did check through that area earlier today, but that lion was lying up quite far to the north where we couldn't see him from the boundary. KP in Tennessee is wondering why we haven't visited any of the hyena dens on Arathusa. Well, KP, because there are none. And the huge clan that they see, that clan is on Elephant Plains, but Arathusa has traverse there. We do not. That's why we haven't visited that hyena den. So it's outside of our traverse area. Arathusa can drive there, but we cannot. But on Arathusa itself, there are no active hyena dens. Getting a bit nippy. Definitely nearly time to put the big jacket on. So we're on our way to try see one of those Birmingham boys. We've slowly mobile south towards the Cheetah Plains boundary. So hopefully he pops out. And while we're on our way there, looking for bush babies, nightjars, owls, any other nocturnal critters, genets, civets, serval, caracal that might pop out. I think it's still a little bit early in the evening for a lot of those creatures. They like it to be properly dark. Oh, there's a nightjar. Oh, he's off. So we don't shine the spotlight on diurnal animals, that's why I turned my lights off. There was kudu crossing the road. The reason for this is that you can temporarily blind them with a spotlight, and we don't want to give the predators a better chance or the prey a better chance. So that's why if we are following a predator hunting at night, we just kill all the lights. Copy, thanks very much. Whereabouts on Kalkol? How far from the beginning of CP Open? Copy, thank you very much. There we go. There he is. One of the Birmingham boys walking across the open plains, being snorted at by what sounds like some impala. Difficult to see which Birmingham boy from this distance. Heading straight towards us.
There you go, Brian. I told you.
What did you tell me?
Cheetah and lion.
Oh, we've seen cheetah and lion.
Okay.
There he is. He's probably heading straight towards the Cheetah Plains pan for a drink. Hopefully for the cheetah they decide they only want to drink later. There you go, scent mark on its way. On his nightly patrol. I know that, as far as I know, the other three Birminghams are in Torchwood. coming straight to us. Bro, you oncoming? Hello. Ben, have you heard anything from Final Control?
Neither.
Me, actually, I'm a bit worried there. I haven't heard anything for ages. Can you hear that? I can't hear anything.
I know they're there.
I've got nothing.
Okay, they're coming through now.
Okay. So, Vim, you're going to have to tell me if they are talking to us, because I have no comms and I can't tell you why.
They're just saying they like watching the lion.
I'm all plugged in. So it seems like I've lost all communication at the moment, so bear with me for a second while I try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, some gala, some are calling.
This side?
This one.
I saw lots of Makote just east of Cheetah Plains, Kaya.
I don't know, maybe had my father been Baba something there. So I turn around.
So he's gone off. It said while we were talking and I was trying to figure out what was going on with my communication, on how he heard lions calling a little bit further to the west, and the male has changed his mind and he's heading straight off into the bush. It's really thick in here. But we'll see what we can do. Oh, it seems like I have got my communications back. Had a beep. Miss Lobo Bob would like to know, how do I know it is a Birmingham boy? Well, just because of where we are. This is their territory, and he was seen earlier today, and I did hear them call in on the radio that it was a Birmingham boy. Oh, getting a bit thick. I need to find a way through. Yeah. Oh, bush baby. Got him, yeah? There you go, little bush baby tail sticking through the bush there. Hey, little guy. We're looking for lions though. Sorry, guys. Let's try to find a way through here. How are we doing?
Yeah, okay.
Just cross the next road, going straight through the bush again. Is that buffalo walking straight towards him? It looks like there's a clump of vinyari just in front of him. So, let me just turn off the lights quickly. I think I heard and saw some buffalo just in front of him. They were walking straight towards him. So now we just got to keep really quiet and listen. He's probably about 30 meters from the buffalo. Maybe that's what he heard that made him change his direction. Here he is, he's coming around towards us here. I just saw a bit of movement to my right. So he's just behind the spotlight here. The buffalo are just beyond. He did look like he could definitely eat. Now the patience game starts again. So we do apologize about the dark screen, but we don't want to interfere in the hunt. So at the moment I'm sitting looking in the dark with you, but I'm just listening as carefully as possible, waiting for that initial rush and that stampeding of buffalo, and then we're going to be listening for that distress call of a buffalo with a lion on its bottom. You can almost taste the anticipation in the air. The wind's picking up. That's really good for him. Let's have a quick look. Oh, the strong winds just started. Doodles and Larry would like to know, could a solitary male lion take down a buffalo? Most definitely. More than capable, more than strong enough. The strong wind's going to just aid him. It's just picked up now. one of those things, waiting at night. You never really know what's going to happen, and you lose your eyes, so your other senses become extremely heightened. But we're probably going to wait a little bit longer. We'll extend for a little bit just to listen. Have a quick squeeze. So last time I saw him, he was around there. But now it's the waiting game. You gotta try. Try to figure out what's going on with your ears. I think the other vehicle can see him because they just popped their spotlight down again, so they might be able to see him. Or not. We'll see now. You can still hear the buffalo up ahead of us. Maybe he's done a big loop like that to come round. So we have extended. We're going to wait a few more minutes. Just listen carefully. When you hear that thundering of buffalo hooves. Difficult with this wind now and all the dry leaves rustling. So the buffalo about 60 meters away, just from what I can hear. No idea where the male lion is. Now, if he's heard the females already make a kill or something like that, he might just bypass the buffalo herd. You never know. That's one of the tricky things about following at night without night vision. Yeah. Sound like an avalanche of buffalo stampeding. Yeah, the buffalo. I can see buffalo right here, and the last place I saw the lion was right here. So maybe he's really close. I think it's worth being a little bit patient and ask him to show you the pretty sky, so I can concentrate on listening. Once we hear that stampede, it's pandemonium. Buffalo sound like they're moving further away. The thing is, we have no idea where that line is now. Buffalo sound like they're quite far now. The last place we saw that line was just slinking off. Sounds like quite a big herd of buffaloes. There still could be more. Oh, it's one of those things about being in the bush. Quite a lot of it's a waiting game. Going to move a little bit with the lights off. Just have a quick flash with the spotlight every now and then. See if we can see anything. So we're going to try for another couple of minutes. I think we might have to call it. He might have just skipped around. All we're doing is moving closer to where the buffalo might be because we can hear them. Somewhere out there that male lion is. Where is anyone's guess at the moment? It's pitch black out there and there's this wind starting, which would be really good for him if he is hunting. I wonder if he's confused us all and decided to. Nah, he's not interested in the buffalo. He knows where a female is. It's amazing when you take away your sight how your other senses just become so much more heightened. Every little rustle of a leaf. I think he's done a dirty on us. What do you think, Vim? I think he's gone round. He's heading towards the lionesses.
He's getting some supper from the ladies.
I think that's what he's going to do. So, well, thanks very much for joining us on this sunset safari. 3 big cats, not too bad, although the cheetah sighting was at a bit of a distance. But I'll definitely be coming back down here tomorrow morning, follow up on both of these creatures, the cheetahs and the lions. But from Viam and myself, it's been exciting. Viam and I always love finding big cats and love having you on the back, and thanks for all the questions. But we're a long way from home, so we're going to start heading home and see you in a few short hours for the sunrise safari.